Hello and welcome to Regular Boy Presents. And today we are going to talk about Marvel Studios. Okay, so let's talk about Marvel Studios, but not exactly Marvel Studios. Let's talk about their latest little documentary movie-like thing called Marvel Assembling a Universe. Now let's do a review on it. Actually, me, and you guys can watch it. So, I liked it, but let's talk about the details of it. And spoilers ahead, just to put it out there. Spoilers! Let's talk about details about the little documentary and what they did in it, how it went through, and what they did with the Avengers Age of Ultron. Alright, well first, let's just talk about the whole thing. So, in the beginning, talk about Marvel, such in the comics, but then they start to really get into Iron Man. And actually, the first, 20 minutes maybe, booming with Iron Man stuff. So, they say that Iron Man was the start of something new, start of a new film, legacy, and people did not want to write it, but then somebody did want to write it. Did not know that. I would think people would love to write it, and how it was such a booming success, and how they got Samuel Jackson to be in it. So, that was pretty cool, how they asked him to do a cameo. Cameo. And how he talked about how when he was a kid, Nick Fury was some white guy roaming around in the jungle, and I found that funny. And one day he picked up a comic and looked at Nick Fury and said, "That was me." But it was the African-American Nick Fury. So, yeah. So they really talk about Iron Man. That's good. And then they don't really get in Thor. That door. And then they don't really get into others that big till maybe they're totally done talking about Iron Man 1 and its legacy. And then they start to they glanced over the Incredible Hulk, but very well. They said they glanced over it a couple times, and then they talked about the Incredible Hulk and how that Tony part when Tony Stark talks to the general or colonel, forgot, and says, "I'm getting a team together if you get my drift." Did not really say that, but they talked about how that was a big part and how people started to think that they might do an Avengers movie. And then they start to talk about Thor and how they would put Thor in the Marvel Universe, how they did, and how they created the portal, and so he could get to Earth, and how to make him be in the whole Marvel Universe. And they also talked about how that they did not really focus on Thor that much, though, in it, which was really weird that they said that. I thought it was weird. Truthfully, I did not like the Thor movie. Just gonna put that out there. It's out there. But, let's continue. So then they talk about Captain America and how Howard Stark was a big deal in it. And I totally agreed with them. He was a big deal in it. And he was, and they talked about how it was cool that he made the Captain America shield. Gave it to Captain America. And that it was him, Tony Stark's daddy, Tony Stark's father. So that was pretty cool. And then after they're done talking about Captain America, Thor, they talk about the Avengers. Why am I being so forgetful? I know I seem forgetful. I'm not. I just watched it. Like 26 minutes ago I watched it. So, I'm not forgetful. I remember it very well. So let's continue. So, they talk about the Avengers and how it was a big deal, and how it was an enormous leap for Marvel to do, and how it was cool they did it, and how it made tons of money. Yeah. And I thought that was a good part of it, how they really told that the Avengers was a big deal in it. The whole Marvel thing, and how they now had a universe that would circle around the Avengers in a way. And then they talk about how all the movies after that, Marvel, not really including Guardians of the Galaxy, would have something about the Avengers in them. So that was cool. And then they get into the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series and said that those would fill in the gaps of what happened between those big Marvel movies. They talk about the one-shots and how they wanted to focus on characters. They did not really focus on Iron Man 3 barely at all. They mentioned the Mandarin and how they gave him a one-shot film. And they also mentioned Captain America the Winter Soldier, which they mentioned it pretty well, how he was going to be facing someone from his past. They really brought that up. Very cool. So, all around it was pretty good, but wait, I'm getting a call. I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, they also talked about Guardians of the Galaxy and how they wanted to make something a little out there. They did not really say they wanted to make it funny, but they did point out a joke pretty good. Alright, I'm done. Oh, no. Got another call? Yeah. Oh yeah. Now to talk about what they talked about, the Avengers Age of Ultron. Did not really show any footage of it. They did show couple cool things. They showed concept art for Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I loved it. You should have seen the Quicksilver costume. Amazing. Way better than Days of the Future Past. I actually did a video talking about that costume, and how they needed to take some stuff off that costume for it to actually be good. But this Age of Ultron costume is great. And Scarlet Witch's costume was just a jacket, and pink jacket, and she was like floating. That was pretty cool. But Quicksilver's costume was cool. It was all rubbery, blue. And these were concept art pictures, of course. And so that was sweet concept art right there. And they talked about how they don't really get along. They're not really the Avengers friends at first, but then they become friends. That's cool. They also talked about how they had to have Ultron in the second film. Should have put Thanos in it. That's what I wanted, but I guess not. I think that was pretty cool. They did not really show any footage. They showed some film footage of a bus moving and then like a big Iron Man. They also showed the concept art of the Hulk fighting a big Iron Man suit. That could be Ultron controlling a Iron Man suit. So, pretty cool. And then they end it. The titles go on and it's over. But altogether, to be honest, I loved it. It went through all the movies great. I suggest you watch it, and that's the end of this video. Oh, and can you please subscribe, please? I love subscribers, and please subscribe if you want to, of course. And what else? Oh yeah, like me on Facebook at Regular Boy, like how it's spelled on my channel page. You could just copy that and then paste it on Twitter and search, and there it would be. Alright, I mean copy and then paste it on Facebook and then search, and then you'll find me. And then for Twitter, it's Regular Boy, and it's spelled R-E-G-L-U-R, no space, B-O-Y. Search that on Twitter, and there it would be. You could follow me there. So, like, follow, subscribe, and see y'all later. Have a good day. Have a great day. Have the day you want. And bye. See you next week.